So, as a conservative, I'm a big fan of the philosophy of individualism. Um, I hear a lot of Christians say that individualism is it's not biblical and it's not Christian because it's all about self and it's all about independence from God and from other people and me and my rights. But I would have to say that that's a perversion of individualism. If you define individualism correctly, uh, I think that it is actually a biblical philosophy. There are three parts to individualism that I want to talk about: the value of the individual, the rights of the individual, and the responsibility of the individual. So the value of the individual, that's easy to understand. That's a very Christian philosophy. We all know that we're made in the image of God, and so that um, we all have value in the eyes of God, and we should all have value in the eyes of our fellow man. We should all see the image of God in every person. Um, and then the next thing is, because they have the image of God, they also have rights. And I'm going to talk a little about rights in a future video, but um, you have the right to not be harmed, is what it comes down to. And like I said, I'll go into that in a future video. But I look at two of the Ten Commandments: "Thou shalt not steal," and "Thou shalt not kill." When John Locke outlines rights, what the human rights are, um, those are two of the rights that he talks about. You have the right to your life and to your property. He also talks about your liberty and your health, which are also, I think, within the realm of biblical ethics. Um, but that's a topic for a future video. And then responsibility. So this is the important part. The important part of individualism, we all have responsibility before God. We all have the responsibility to do what we know with what God's taught us. So each individual is responsible for God, and that's the core of individualism, for me anyway, from how I define individualism. We're all responsible before God to do right with what you know, whether you are saved or unsaved, whether you're a child and you only know a little bit, you're responsible to do right with the little bit that you know. Or if you're an adult, you're responsible to do right with what you know. So yeah, I wanted to share that I do think that individualism is biblical philosophy when you define it correctly.